As some of you may already know, I have been working on a Fedora, Niri and Noctalia install script called lgl fed niri noc. The whole idea behind it is pretty simple. I wanted a way to make my setup easier to repeat, and I wanted to make it available to anyone who wanted to try something similar. But I have a key principle. I do not want anyone to make decisions for me, be it a distro or software installation choices. So I try to stick to that principle too for my own apps and my own scripts. Basically, I do not want to make any key software decisions for you. Now, if you like that core principle, then consider liking and subscribing now because it's really easy to forget. Anyway, for my script, Noctalia relied on the Terra repo. So my script enabled Terra as part of the install process. The reason was simple. Terra was where Noctalia version 4 came from officially. Then, during testing on a recent stream, I noticed something that just did not sit right with me. 1Password was being installed. Like, what the fuck? Now, I have nothing against 1Password. If you use it and you like it, it's fair enough. But the problem for me was that I had not added 1Password to my script. I did not choose to install it, and I'd not told anybody that my script would do so. There was another part of this that made it even worse. If someone noticed 1Password after installing the script and then tried to remove it without paying any close attention, DNF would also remove Noctalia. Now, for somebody new to Linux or someone just trying to install and clicking through without a care in the world, that would be a pretty bad experience. I wanted to know exactly where it was coming from. By this point, I had already removed Terra from my system. I had replaced the related package with either regular RPM sources or other COPR sources that I was more comfortable trusting. In some cases, that meant using slightly older versions of packages, but I was okay with that trade-off. The downside was that I could not just inspect everything from the installed system anymore. To understand what had happened, I had to download the source packages and repository files and look through them manually. I should also be really open at this point on how I approach this. I used an LLM to help me understand which tools and commands were worth trying, because this is still an area that I'm learning. That does not mean that every suggestion was automatically correct, and I did not treat it as proof on its own, but it did help point me toward the right places to check. And the final output I ended up with seemed logical and matched what I was seeing. So my first thought was Noctalia. I even asked Don if he could reach out to the Noctalia dev to see if he was aware, and he confirmed, as expected, it was nothing to do with them. Noctalia was the main thing that was pulling from Terra, so it made sense for me to start there. So it must be Terra, right? I downloaded the Noctalia source package from Terra, extracted the RPM and started looking through the files that described the package. I checked for anything that looked like it might explain what Noctalia needed or wanted to install. From there, what I could see, Noctalia was not asking for 1Password. There was no direct requirement for it, no recommendation for it, and no obvious reference to it being in the package. And that was great news and really good to know. I really like Noctalia, and it would have been a shame to move away from it. But this also meant the answer had to be somewhere else. So I moved on to the 1Password package itself. I checked whether the package information had anything obvious that would explain why DNF thought it belonged in the install. Again, I could not really find a direct reason. At this point, I was pretty confused. 1Password was still showing up, but I could not see what was putting it in. After more testing, I found the part that finally made things click. Another trigger seemed to be the xdg-desktop-portal-gnome. When I tried to install Noctalia, the install wanted 1Password. But also when I tried to install xdg-desktop-portal-gnome directly with Terra enabled, the same thing happened. 1Password would show up. Now, I'd skipped over the portal earlier because it was coming from Fedora and I trust Fedora. So to be really clear, this was not a Fedora issue. It just happened to be the Fedora package that helped me find the next part of the trail. And that changed the investigation completely, because the trail started pointing away from Noctalia itself and towards something else in the install process. So I downloaded the Terra repository files and started looking through the package information as best as I could. And this is where things got really interesting. From what I could see, the Terra 1Password package listed some things that looked like shared system files, including things related to graphics and rendering. Now, I'm not going to pretend I fully understand every part of how Fedora chooses between packages here, because I do not, but my best guess is this. Something needed one of those libraries. The 1Password package in Terra seemed to be listed as something that could provide it, so DNF may have seen 1Password as a valid option during the install process. That is what I think might be happening. If you understand Fedora packaging better than I do, let me know in the comments, because I would really like to understand this. Now, from a normal user's point of view though, a password manager has suddenly appeared in their install list. And that is the bit that I really just could not ignore. I want to be very clear here. I am talking about my own trust decision for my own script. You might use Terra and you might have a completely fine experience with it. For my script though, this crossed the line. When I share an install script, especially one that newer Linux users might run, I need to be comfortable with every major source it enables and every package it might bring in. If something unexpected appears, I need to understand why. In this case, getting to the answer meant downloading packages, reading files that I do not normally look at, and trying to follow what DNF was doing. Now that is fine for me as a learning experience. It is actually the sort of thing that helps me understand Linux better. But I do not think that a user running my script should not have to trust that much hidden behaviour. They should be able to look at the script and have a reasonable idea of what's going on. Someone who wants 1Password can install it themselves. I certainly won't make that decision for them. And that is really the whole point. I don't want to be making decisions for you. Linux gives you control, but that control only works if the tools you use are predictable enough to trust. For me, Terra stopped feeling like the right dependency for Niri. A package I did not ask for appeared in a way that took far too long to explain, and that is why I removed the dependency on Terra and moved the script in a direction that better matches what I want it to do. Install what the user chooses, keep the behaviour as clear as possible, and avoid making software decisions for people. Now, other people may look at the same situation and make a very different call. For my script and my audience though, I am no longer comfortable relying on it, and that is why I stopped using the Terra repository. If you made it this far, thank you. It really makes a massive difference. Pop a comment down below with any corrections or other approaches or your thoughts, or just pop an emoji down there for the sake of engagement. Thank you so much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.